Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and I didn't plan on making a video, but such are the things when breaking news happens or reports happen, and it's blowing up all over social media. So I have no choice but to report on this. Otherwise, what kind of a gaming news commentary channel would I be? So thankfully I have the time, and I'm off work right now for the day. So without further ado, I want to share all this for you. It is pretty big news. If it is to be believed, it looks to be that way. So hopefully we get some more information to follow. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. All right, so like I was saying, there's breaking news today, something we need to go over. And what I'm going to bring over is a report from Bloomberg in particular for this article. But it is, again, blowing up all over social media. Honestly, I saw this coming. I just didn't know when. I thought it might be a little further out because it's been pretty on the down low, or not a lot of rumblings about it. But what I'm talking about is PlayStation plans new service to take on Xbox Game Pass, or so Bloomberg reports here as well. So I'll just read from this article here as well to go over it. But Sony Group Corp's PlayStation division is planning a new subscription service to compete with the rival Microsoft Corp's popular Xbox Game Pass, according to people familiar with Sony's plans and documents reviewed by Bloomberg. The service, codenamed Spartacus, will allow PlayStation owners to pay a monthly fee for access to a catalog of modern and classic games, said the people, who asked not to be identified because they weren't authorized to speak to the press about the plans. The offering will likely be available on the smash hit PlayStation 4, which has sold more than 116 million units, which is very impressive, and its elusive successor, the PlayStation 5, which launched more than a year ago, just over, but is still difficult to buy due to the supply chain issues and scalpers. Thank you very much. Hopefully that law comes to pass sooner than later. When it launches, expected in the spring, the service will merge Sony's two existing subscription plans, PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Currently, the PlayStation Plus is required for most online multiplayer games and offers free monthly titles, while PlayStation Now allows users to stream or download older games. Documents reviewed by Bloomberg suggest that Sony plans to retain the PlayStation Plus branding but phase out PlayStation Now. Details on Spartacus may still not be finalized, but documentation reviewed by Bloomberg outlines a service with 3 tiers. The first would include existing PlayStation Plus benefits. The second would offer a large catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games. The third tier would add extended demos, game streaming, a library of classic PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games, PlayStation Portable. A representative of PlayStation didn't immediately respond to a request for comments. Although the PlayStation has outsold the Xbox in recent years, Sony has lagged behind Microsoft on the subscription front. With the new structure, Sony will look to compete with an Xbox feature that has been popular and lucrative. Microsoft's Game Pass, which is often dubbed the Netflix of video games, has more than 18 million subscribers. It allows users to pay $10 to $15 a month for unlimited access to several hundred games. Xbox has built the overall strategy around the service in recent years, putting all of its internally published games on Game Pass as soon as they're released. Xbox has also made big acquisitions, such as Bethesda Softworks last year for $7.5 billion, with the goal of bolstering the Game Pass library, which is what you have to do if you don't have a lot of first-party stuff, right? So Sony is also putting resources into expanding its efforts in cloud gaming. The people familiar with the plan said Microsoft's Xbox xCloud game streaming service became widely available earlier this year, of course, and they're continuing on with their, services as well. So that is pretty breaking, right? That's a lot of information to kind of divulge and really have, like I said, it's still kind of rumor, but with all the leaks and all the documentation and a lot of reports coming out of nowhere, this seems to be more than rumor, so it's going to be happening. And again, will probably be happening this spring. Now, to talk about my thoughts on that real quick, is Game Pass a great value? We've went over this with previous videos, and without a question, it is. The value's there. It's worth it. I did tweet out a couple things when I was coming across all this not too long ago here today, that I'm okay with that. I know the value is there. So let's say PlayStation does it. I am not okay with having and I know some of you are going to disagree, but I'm not okay with having the AAA games day and date on this, even this 3-tier deal, the highest tier. Let's say, for example, you get Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok, and you get it day and date with that subscription service. I'm not sure if that subscription service would be just the PlayStation for sure. I mean, it may be even PC, just like, Game Pass is doing, or you're going to have some games on that subscription service hit the PC as well. I personally think that devalues the game itself, especially when it's such a high or hyped up game, AAA game, such as Horizon or God of War or the Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, or any other first-party AAA exclusive, the next Sly Cooper that's rumored to be being brought back and stuff like that. I just feel like that devalues it because you want to get that pre-order in, you want to buy that game. It still shows, game sales still show that is very strong on the PlayStation ecosystem. I don't think that would really help out the ecosystem having it day and dates. I don't know. Again, I know Microsoft and Game Pass, it makes money off of Game Pass, right? They work it out from what I understand. We still don't have concrete details. I know a lot of you have reached out to me and gave me previous interviews from Phil Spencer and everything else that say, no, we're coming on top. But there's no concrete details of what that is, what that looks like, how sustainable it is. It seems like it would be. Obviously, PlayStation is seeing this. Obviously, it has been sustainable. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it as well, right? Nintendo's kind of doing it with their expansion pass as well and throwing in their classic games so you can play N64 and NES, SNES, and all that stuff as well. So it's a thing. I mean, gosh, if it's super lucrative like they've been saying, I mean, it's a matter of time before Nintendo throws it in there too, and you're getting Breath of the Wild 2 on a subscription tiered service, right? But I do, the old school person in me feels like, again, those AAA games get devalued a little bit. Like, oh, it's coming, it's getting released, but the release is there. It's in the subscription service. It's there. There's no, again, the value is there. I shouldn't be complaining in an essence, but again, the old school gamer in me is like, man, are the days of being hyped up for that game, waiting to get it pre-ordered, whether it be digitally or physically, is that hype going to eventually dissipate because we're going to have it in a subscription tier? And then there it is. It's like, yeah, it's going to be there. Cool. Can't wait to play it. Going to be fun. Going to be a great game. But the feeling, the hyperbole of it is just, I don't know. What do we expect of that? I just am really shocked. I don't care. I mean, if it's day and date, if it is going to happen that way, and it's on PC, I don't care. A lot of folks are probably like, or I've already seen it today, where they're just like, all the PlayStation fans and fanboys are all upset about this, and now it's going to be just like it, and then what are they going to say, do a 180? No, I don't. I've never changed my stance, ever. If you know me personally, and if you know me on social media, or you know me through this channel only, or whatever the case is, I've never said Game Pass was not a great value. I just don't know where the value is within the old school person to me, right? So I just feel like the days of that is going elsewhere. It's going away. Whether we like it or not, that's probably a thing that's just going away. So we'll see what happens with it. It's not confirmed for sure if it's, day and date. From some of the leaks and retweets I'm seeing, it doesn't look like it may be day and date yet, and it doesn't look like it's for sure on PC at the same time. But again, I really feel like that really hinders the ecosystem, whether you agree with that or not. It really does. Whether you want to accept that or not, it does. And if PlayStation does that, I will still stand by it, that it would hinder the ecosystem of PlayStation and what makes those PlayStation exclusives so vital to its own ecosystem. So I just wanted to get that all off my chest, kind of go through all this and report on that breaking news. So definitely Let me know your thoughts and opinions and comments down below. I know some of you are going to agree with me, some of you may not, and that's fine either way. That's just how I feel. Being an old school gamer and gaming since the early 80s from day one that I could, and going from there. So those are my thoughts and opinions, and that's just the meat of it, right? So thank you again. Thank you all as well for supporting the videos. Still getting some really great views on these videos as well, so thank you. If you are new to the channel, swinging by. If you do like my content, definitely consider subscribing, helping out the channel, like, comment, all that great stuff. Much appreciated. Thank you all for your support. I'll give you the rest of your Friday back to you, and can't wait to hear from you, and we'll see you on tonight's stream for some Fall Guys. And until next time, take care.